Everyone, this is Salman and welcome back to your channel Mac Time. As you can see, today I'm gonna start with the second problem on a belt drive. So today we are gonna design a suitable cross belt drive. So without taking more time in introduction, let's go. So as you can see, the question is for a flat belt drive the following data is given. So this is the data given. So we'll start writing the data. Speed of the motor, that is N1. N1 is 1500 rpm. Okay, 1500 rpm. Then speed of driven pulley, driven is nothing but N2. Okay, so N2 is equal to how much? 300 rpm. Next they have told power to be transmitted, that is capital N, is 10 kilowatt. Then they have told weight of density of leather, that is W, is equal to 10 into 10 to the power minus 6. This 10 into 10 to the power minus 6, thus sometimes they will give, or sometimes you need to just assume it. Okay, so smaller pulley diameter to thickness of belt ratio. So to the thickness of belt ratio is nothing but D by T is also equal to D1 by T is equal to 20. Okay, now center distance is equal to 3 meter, so C is equals to 3 meter. Okay, then allowable stress in the belt is equals to 2.5 megapascal. So allowable stress is nothing but sigma 1, right? Sigma 1 is equals to 2.5 megapascal. Then velocity of belt drive, here velocity is given, so V is equal to 15 meter per second. Okay, then load factor, I'll donate is like this. Okay, L dot F, so load factor is equals to 1.2. Then coefficient of friction, that is mu is equal to 0.3. Now they are told to design a suitable cross belt drive. Okay, so we need to design a suitable cross belt drive. I'll tell you the procedure how to do. First we need to go with the velocity. So here you can see here, as it is a smaller pulley, they have told the diameter of a smaller pulley has been we need to find out. Okay, so the diameter of pulley and thickness of the belt is given. Therefore we need to take this formula, pi d1 plus t into n1 by 60,000. Okay, then diameter of smaller pulley, you know the value of V here. We don't know d1 here, d1 is unknown. Then you can find out the d1, right? So d by t is given. Okay, that is 20. Then similarly from that you will find t value. So thickness of the belt you will get after that. Now after velocity you should find the centrifugal stress, that is sigma c is equals to W value is given, V square is given, and this all is given. Okay, so if you find out this, then you need to go with the capacity. So in this capacity for the cross belt, I have told you that for cross belt it is theta is equals to pi plus 2 into sine inverse of capital D plus small d divided by 2c into pi by 180. Okay, over. Then from here we will take e to the mu theta. So this theta we have to consider, and mu is given in this question itself. Okay, now then we need to go finding k. So after that you'll find k, right? Now we need to go with the width of belt. Okay, so for that they have we need to everything is there. Then you'll be getting this, and then a is equals to, for this guys, last time we for a flat belt we have taken this formula, and you just note down is for a cross belt, area of a cross section of the belt A is equal to total given power divided by power transmitted per mm square into load factor it is. Okay, here it is not there, but here it will be load factor for a cross belt. Okay, then similarly after finding the width of belt we need to find the length of belt. So this is for open belt and this is for cross belt. So C is also given, everything is given, you can easily find out the cross belt here. Then we need to find the initial belt. So initial belt we need to get the value of T naught. Okay, so how you will get the T naught? So as T1 is equal to sigma 1 into A and T2 is equal to sigma 2 into A. So sigma 1 here everything is there, we don't know the sigma 2 value. So from this you will get a sigma 2, and then you will get T1 and T2 value. then substitute, you will get the value of T naught. Okay, so without taking more time, we'll start the problem. So solution, first, as I told, we'll go with the velocity. Okay, first through the velocity formula I can find diameter of pulley and thickness of belt. So two things we need to find over here. So what is the velocity formula? I told, if the like thickness is given, then V is equals to pi d1 plus t n1 divided by 60,000, right? Substitute the value. We know the value of, okay, again this can be written as pi d1 plus this d1 by 20, okay, plus n1 divided by 60,000. Okay, now this V value we know, that is 15, right? So pi into d1 into 1500, okay, that is n1. This I'll take it as common, that is 1 plus 1 by 20. Okay, 1 plus 1 by 20 and divided by 60,000. So dia of smaller pulley, as they have given diameter of a smaller pulley, okay, from this you can find the d1, right? So d1 value you will get it, d1 as 181.89 mm, that is equal to 182 mm, also is equal to d. Okay, now similarly d by t we know, that is 20, and it is given, right? d by t is equals to 20, and that is given. Now that is t is equals to d by 20. Now we know the value of d. What is d? That is 182, okay, divided by 20. So that is 9.1 mm. Okay, so therefore thickness of belt T is equals to 9.1 mm. Okay, we founded the diameter of smaller pulley D1 and the thickness of belt T is equals to 9.1 mm. Okay, now from that you can see here, as I told, unknown diameter of speed. To find unknown diameter of the speed d2, we can use the formula, right? So from here this n1 d1 plus t is equals to n2 d2 plus t. Okay, we know the n1 we know, d1 we know, t we know, we don't know d2. From this you can find easily, we can find the d2. Okay, so that is unknown diameter. So I'll find out n1 d1 plus t is equal to n2 d2 plus t. Okay, so I want the value of d2, right? So 1500 into 182 plus 9.1 is equals to 300 into d2 as it is, plus this is also 9.1. okay, so d2 is equal to, capital D is equals to 946.4 mm. Okay, and this is therefore diameter, okay, dia of larger pulley. Smaller we found out the thickness of the belt. Now we founded through this we have founded the diameter of a larger pulley. Okay, now after that I told we'll go with the centrifugal stress. So how we will find out centrifugal stress? That is sigma c is equals to, we know that w v square by g into 10 to the power 6. Now substitute, we know the w value, that is 10 into 10 to the power minus 6 into v value, we got 15, we have 15 square divided by into 10 to the power 6 divided by g is 9810. Okay, so you will get the sigma c value as, therefore sigma c is equals to 0.23 Newton per mm square. Okay, done. Now our diameter of the pulley and thickness, we found that the larger and smaller pulley diameter, then thickness we found that. Now centrifugal stress we found out. Now we'll move to the capacity. Okay, I'm not writing any like page number and equation number, guys, because in the last video or in the procedure of the flat belt drive, you can just go and check. I have mentioned everything in that. Okay, so C is the capacity. We need to find the capacity. Okay, so capacity, as it is a cross belt, so capacity is equals to, for a cross belt, capacity is equals to E raised to mu theta. Okay, for that theta is equals to, I have shown that theta is equals to pi plus this formula. Okay, so I'll write it, which is on page number 289, equation 14.2a. okay, I'm using the data handbook, which is by K Mahadevan and K Ballavira Reddy. Okay, so I'll write the formula, that is pi plus 2 sine inverse capital D minus small d by 2c into pi by 180. Okay, now can we substitute the terms, like pi plus 2 sine inverse of capital D is nothing but we got as 94.6.4 plus 182 divided by, this is 2 into 3000. Okay, 2 into 3000 into this pi by 180. Okay, so you'll get the theta as 3.52 radians. Okay, 3.52 radians. Okay, therefore E is equals to mu theta. E is equals to mu theta. We know the value of mu. What is mu? That is 0.3. That is given in the question. Theta value we got as 3.52. So here we will get as 2.87485. Okay, so you got the value of e to the power mu theta here, right? Then what we have to go, we have to go with the constant k, constant k. So for the constant k, we know that k is equals to e to the power mu theta minus 1 divided by e to the power mu theta. So here we can, the value of e to the power mu theta is 287,485 minus 1 divided by same 2.87485 is equal to, you'll get the answer as 0.6525156. Okay, now next we need to go with the E, that is width of belt. So width of belt, that is power transmitted per mm square is equal to sigma 1 minus sigma c kV divided by 1000. Okay, everything, every value we are known. So this is 2.5 minus 0.23, this is 2.5, 0.23, 0.652156, that is k value, into 15 is the V value, whole divided by 1000. So you'll get as 0.022206 kilowatt. Okay, then what we have to do, we have to go with the area of a cross section of belt, okay, is equal to total power. I have shown in the beginning how I have got this for this, so you can go and check in my last video, divided by power per mm square into what, into load factor. Okay, load factor. So you know the value of everything, that is 10 divided by power, this is like 0.0222206 into 0.4 mm square. Okay, right? Then through this you can find the value, the width of belt. So A is equal to B into T. We know the value of A here, we know the value of T. So we'll get the value of B. How? Therefore 540.4 is equal to B into, what is the value of T? We got 9.1. So from this we can find, therefore width of belt, what? B is equal to 59.385 is equal to, that is mm, is equal to 60. Okay, 60 mm. Now next is length of, okay, so next is length of belt. So we have the formula for the cross belt, length of belt. Here you can see here, for a cross belt this formula we have to take, which is on page number 290, equation 14.2c. okay, so I'll take that. So L is equals to what? Square root of 4c square minus d plus capital D plus small d whole square plus theta by 2 capital D plus small d. This is for cross belt. Okay, now we'll substitute for, what is the value of C? That is 3000 square, right? Minus capital D value is 946.4, right? Plus small d value is 182 whole square. Okay, this is square root, plus theta value is 3.52. okay, so theta value is 3.52, right? Divided by 2, capital D value is again 946.4 plus small d is 182. okay, now you'll get, therefore L is equals to 7887.8 mm. Now the last is EFG, that is initial tension. So initial tension in belt. So everything we are solving for cross belt, guys. So as we are designing cross belt, and this is same for both flat and cross. Okay, so 2 into square root of T naught is equals to square root of T1 plus square root of T2. okay, so it's there in the page number 291, equation 14.8. okay, so sigma 1 by sigma 1 minus sigma c divided by sigma 2 minus sigma c is equals to e to the power mu theta. okay, so we know every value, but we don't know only sigma 2 here. So we have, what we have to do, we have to substitute, that is sigma 1 value is 2.5, right? Is equal to 0.23 is the sigma c value. So sigma 2 as it is, minus, this is minus, again 0.23 sigma c, okay, is equal to e to the power mu theta value is 2.87485. okay, now from this you will get the value of sigma 2. So sigma 2, therefore sigma 2 is equals to 1.0196 Newton per mm square. So in this initial tension in a belt, we need to find T naught here. okay, so therefore we need to know the T1 and T2 value now. So what is T1 and T2 value? T1 is equals to sigma 1 into A, and T2 is equal to sigma 2 into A. We know both the value. Now substitute 2.5, that is sigma 1 is equal to 540.4, you will get 1351 Newton. okay, similarly for this sigma 2 we know the value, that is 1.0196 into A is again 540.4, will get as 550.992 Newton. okay, now substitute, that is 2 T naught is equal to T1 we got 1351 plus T2 we got 550.992. okay, now we can easily get the value, therefore initial tension in belt T naught is equal to 906.89 Newton. okay, so guys, this was the total procedure to design a cross belt, a suitable cross belt. Okay, so guys, please like this video, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.